our video is things you should never share with anyone. Talk about this. Remember to comment, like, share, subscribe, and let me know what you think about this type of content. Yay or nay? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Let's see what the seasoned lady have to say.
So this trip around the sun for me is about reinvention. The global, doing everything that I need to do to live my life to the absolute fullest. And so I was going through some things, some paperwork, getting rid of some mail and stuff like that. And I was reading over, my retirement statements and looking at some other things. And it made me start thinking about.
All right. I got just the elephant in the room. Miss Seasoned Lady, I respect you. Whatever this setup is, it's not favorable. It looks like you have face cake on, like, too much. That's what it looked like. All right. So you can say someone is vain, this, that, and the other, but appearances mean things. And then you come out here in the public because the internet is public. Tell me I'm wrong. Exactly. And you come out here in the public and we see this, and you got so much makeup on. Here's what it looked like. It looks like when a white person gets a tan and they know they have over tan and they put makeup on. That's what you look like right now, Miss Seasoned Lady. Again, I think you're a very smart, nice looking lady, which is my point. You don't need all of this. Could be your ring light, it could be your camera, but I'm just telling you how it looks.
Some things that you should probably never share with anybody else, because I am working hard on this new phase of my life and I want to be encouraged. I don't want to be discouraged. So some things I've just decided that maybe I should just keep to myself until I have it figured out, and then I can discuss it with the people I love and so.
No. You got to talk about this shit when you're going through it, because that's when it will help people. Because once you got all this shit figured out, it feels like you're preaching to people. No one wants to be preached to. What you have to, and I understand this, you have to be vulnerable. This is a journey that you're talking about. This is what you're talking about. You want to help people. The best way you help people is you have to be the example, right? So you can't come on and talk like you got all this shit figured out, even while doing what you're doing. Like when I do this, if there's a mistake made, no, I don't correct it. I don't edit it. It just is what it is. I do it, I upload it. That's just that. Human. Just human, because I know there's someone that's listening that's just gonna be like, is this like in AI? Is this corporate? Is it that? No, I always seek the truth. And so if I feel like, I said feel. I think if I edit in any way besides I put an intro and an outro, that's it. That's the only editing that I do. Everything else that you see is just this. That's all it is. Any mistakes made with grammar, enunciation, any of that, that's just what it is. And so the point is, no, don't wait till you got all it together. Like you women like to say, your journey, that's what y'all want to do. Flaws and all these whimsical and fanciful things that y'all say. No. Don't wait till you got it all together. Let this shit flow. Let it flow. Let it go.
Some of my friends to see what they think about it and see if maybe they can help me with it. But there are just a few things that as I was thinking about, I wanted to pop on and talk to you guys, because I think there's a few things that we probably really shouldn't share with anybody else. And the first thing is our finances, or details surrounding our finances. I really don't think that we should discuss those things with other people, for a number of reasons. If you are blessed and fortunate and you have, got your finances in order and you've got money and you are able to do some of the things that you want to do, you may not want to share that with people, because there are some people that may be struggling or suffering. These are very uncertain times financially for us here in the United States. And if you are sharing with people your abundance and all of the things that you have, they may be judgmental, or they may be jealous, or they may feel some type of way.
So all those things are relative. All those things are relative, because your 90,000 probably pales in comparison to someone else is probably making 60,000. But I do agree. No, you really don't share your finances. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. But then you have to think about those people that you have around you. I don't know why you telling anybody what you make anyway. You don't do that, because they will draw their own conclusion just based on the way that you live. So say if you pull up to visit them, they're gonna draw your whole entire worth on the vehicle that you drive up in. You have a 2014 Toyota Camry that is in great shape, is a very reliable car. This motherfucker runs great. You see no reason to get anything else. They're gonna judge you on that, because you know what? You probably don't have a car note. They do, but they driving a 2024 Jaguar with a $608 car note. So somehow they think their worth is better than you. Meanwhile, that savings account is looking good. That Bitcoin is looking good. That Tesla stock you got is looking good. But you know what? Every month they paying out 608. You're not. People gonna judge you no matter what.
Not saying that you need to pretend not to have, but if you are blessed and fortunate enough to have your finances together and to be doing the things that you need to do, you may not need to share that with somebody that potentially could be struggling. Or if you are struggling and you're working hard trying to accomplish certain things, maybe you need to keep that to yourself so that people aren't judging you. And thinking about what you're doing with your money, maybe you need to just kind of keep that close to the chest and not share that information with other people. Because at the end of the day, your finances are your business. Nobody else needs to know what you're doing with your money. Now, if you have a financial advisor or a friend that's been really good at saving and getting ready for retirement and things of that nature, you can seek counsel from those people, but you don't have to give intimate details regarding your finances to anybody. Keep that.
So I appreciate her saying this, because you don't have to do that, but I'm like, on the other hand, who does that? Who sits around and talk about, I guess amongst men will say something like, did you see, that Tesla stock shot up, that Walmart stock shot up, boo, 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 blah, blah, blah. We talk about things like that, but we're not going to sit here and talk about, I got this much in savings over here or over that and this, that, and the other. When men talk, we talk about things that will help each other. At least the men I know, that's what we talk about. So what are y'all with? I don't know what y'all women talk about.
Close to your chest, and only share that with the people that
Next subject.
Another thing that I'm not comfortable sharing, and I don't think other people should be either, are your weaknesses or your insecurities. Because sometimes people can play on that. If they know that you have a weakness somewhere or that you're insecure in some areas, they may put forth a lot of effort to bring those things to your attention, or to, target you in those areas if you have a weakness. My weakness is my family. If anybody does anything to hurt me or my family, your girl is gonna lose it. I'm going all in. I'm going to the end of the earth for the people that I love. And I know that's a weakness. I know that most of the people in my life are adults and they get to make their own decisions, and I don't have to insert myself into those things. But sometimes I just can't help myself. So it's probably best not to
stay out of other folks' business, Miss Seasoned Lady. That's what you're saying.
To share your deepest vulnerabilities, your insecurities, or your weaknesses with people, because sometimes people will exploit those things and kind of take advantage of them. And none of us wants to have to deal with that. None of us wants to be taken advantage of or to have anything like that happening to us. In saying that, another one of the things that we kind of need to not share with people that don't need to know are our family or relationship conflicts. My grandmother used to say all the time regarding husband and wife, teeth and gums fall apart, but they always find their way back together. And you don't need to put yourself in the middle of it. And that's something that has stuck with me for a very long period of time.
What the fuck does that mean?
A couple can be going through something and be mad as hell at each other. But when it's over, it's over. They back in love, everything is fine, they have forgiven each other, and then you on the outside looking in, you mad because something happened that you don't think should have happened. So keep your family business, your relationship business, those things to yourself. You don't need to share those with everybody, because if I get mad at my significant other and I go and tell my sister and my daughter and my brother about it, and they feel some type of way about it, when I ain't mad no more, they still gonna feel some type of way, and that makes things uncomfortable. So if it's something that's gonna very easily blow over, if you just overreacting or in your feelings, don't share those personal things that are happening in your relationship.
This is true. There's once you get married to someone, they're in the Bible. If you believe in these type of things, leave and cleave. Leave your family and your friends and cleave to your spouse. I mean, that's simple. Because most of the time, if you're spouting off what's wrong in your relationship, most of the time you're saying these things to someone who's not in a relationship. So the result when you're spouting off these things to that person who's most likely single, guess what advice they're going to give you? They're going to give you advice to make you single. Girl, I wouldn't put up with no shit like that. When she hasn't put up with nothing. She's single. She's divorced. She tried it. She failed it. She has no idea. So what she's saying is true. No. Leave and cleave. Because if you think about the basic, if you break it down just to humans, just 1-to-1, a man, a woman. You like things, I like things. We're not going to agree on everything. But are we going to get to a point to where this little thing right here is going to break us apart after we have chosen to say these vows and be together until we die? I guarantee most things in a marriage can be worked out if both people are willing to work on them. I guarantee it. And then you get to the worst parts of it. You talk about abuse. The only abuse that we can quantify is physical abuse. We can't quantify emotional abuse. We can't quantify that. We can't quantify financial abuse. we can't quantify that, so I don't even know why that is a thing. Now, physical abuse, we can quantify that. If it's less than that, I think anything can be worked out. But both parties have to be working on it.
Or that's going on between you and your children, or something that's going on between, you and your parents. Those close-knit relationships need to stay that way. Let's not share all the things that's going on with everybody. Sometimes we just need to keep things to ourselves. We need to work, on those things. We need to process those things, and we don't need to share them with everybody, because everybody's opinion is not warranted, it's not needed, and it may not be what's in your best interest. So if you don't share those things, you don't have to worry about it. Another thing that I try my level best not to do is I never talk about how much I dislike something or someone. I try to keep those things to myself. I don't want to influence people. I want people to be able to make their own decisions and make up their own minds about things. And I definitely try not to say things or negative things about people, because you never know who you're going to need or when you're going to need that person. So it's in your best interest to not say negative things about people or talk bad about people, because your opinion today may be very different from your opinion in the future. And you want to keep that in mind. You may be upset about something. You go and say some things you don't have any business saying. And then the next thing you know, you need that person for something. Or it may be a place that you dislike, and you may have not been having a good day when you went to that place, or they may have been having a bad day, and then you say all kind of negative things about it. It's going to influence other people, and they don't get to make their own assessment. So I try very, very hard not to say negative things or talk to people about what I dislike about people, places, and things. I like for people to be able to form their own opinions, and sharing your every idea or thought is not necessarily beneficial to the people in your life. Allow people to form their own opinions about things and how they feel. And lastly, one thing I will never do, I don't care, I used to be adverse to having a cell phone, and I used to be adverse to AI and being online, and I've given in to those things. But one thing I will never do is share my every move on social media. Be very careful about sharing your location.
What you shouldn't.
I think Instagram has a new and recent update that they can show your location down to where you are sitting in a place. So if your location's settings are on Instagram, I recommend that you turn them off if you don't want everybody in the world to know where you are. I don't think when we're on social media like YouTube and Instagram, and I don't think we need to be telling people where we are until we have either left from that place or letting people know that you're away from home until you're back at home, because when you're gone and people know you're gone, they may break into your spaces. People may pull up on you if they have an issue with you. So be very careful about sharing your location and your every move on social media, because
so what she's talking about, this seems like just common sense type things. You would share your location with the one that you need to share your location with. You're going to share your location with the world, which is what she's talking about. But you know what? Her audience is probably such that they may need to hear this, and I do understand that. But a lot of this stuff is just is common sense, but at the same time, I do think it needs to be said. It needs to be verbalized, because we'll go back to what she said about the relationship part, is that people are telling people every single argument that they have with their significant other, and all these type of things. And girl, look, it's easy. Okay, just walk the fuck out and do that. It's harder to work on it, work through it, and build a family and build a legacy, and let's keep shit going. They don't see when you're 65 years old and your ass is just by yourself, barely can get up off the couch. 20 years prior to that, some menial argument that meant absolutely nothing, and you decided to bone the fuck out because the advice that another single person gave you. Oh, and by the way, the advice that that single person gave you, oh, she's married. She's been married for those 20 years.
We absolutely don't have any reason to need to do that. Now, I don't like to be negative Nelly on these videos, and I've told you all the things that I don't think that you should share. So I'm gonna end this video with some things that I think you should absolutely always share. And one of those things is love and compassion. We want to share love and compassion with everyone that we possibly can, because we don't know what people are going through. I believe in giving compliments to people, because you never know how someone is feeling, and if they made you feel better, or if you like something about them, you need to let them know. And I try to share a lot of positive energy. I try to spread positive vibes everywhere that I go. I don't like being a negative Nelly. I don't like, complaining. I don't like people that complain. So I absolutely try not to do that. Another thing that we need to always share are opportunities. If you know somebody needs something, if you know that there's some service or resource that's available to someone and they could benefit from it, by all means, share those things, share those opportunities, share positive words and encouragement.
Yes, I agree.
Lift people up, and make sure that you do that, because you could change somebody's life.
Don't worry about
and
that.
And last but not least, share this video. Share my message. Subscribe to the channel. Like the video. I hope each and every one of you is having a wonderful evening. I know there are a lot of things that we should not share, and we need to keep those in mind, but we want to share the things.
I mean, Miss Seasoned Lady, you know what? Just a great video. Just a great video. Just common sense things that are just not so common anymore. Don't tell all your business. Just don't do that. You just don't do that. Like, it's telling it to certain people, but now people just getting on the internet and just spewing all the shit. They just doing it. It is great for content. It's great for content. But you know what? You're not on the internet 24 hours a day. You do have to go and live just a normal life. You do. You have to do that. So, Miss Seasoned Lady, let me look. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. I am in your corner. I like what you're doing. Like the video, comment on the video, share the video. You can dislike the video. Also on YouTube, it's Mr. Info 5000. Peace.